Today we've got Galaxy's Edge news, and we've got reactions to the 2 latest episodes of Star Wars Resistance on today's episode of Certain Point of View. Hey Nerf Herder, I'm Addy Thomas.
And I'm Ben Milton.
Welcome to Certain Point of View, your sometimes Star Wars podcast, and we've got plenty of Star Wars content for us today. We're going to be talking about Galaxy's Edge, a little bit about Star Wars Celebration, and we're going to also be talking about 2 episodes of Star Wars Resistance. But before we get to any of that, I just want to remind you can go to our website and you can check out all the other podcasts that are part of our podcasting family at certainpov.com. So, Ben, how you doing?
I'm okay, buddy. That was really very smooth transition. Loved it. Yeah.
I just know you got some weird stories for us.
Well, all right. So I take yoga, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that's kind of my thing right now to get myself in shape, and I really like it. And honestly, like, my favorite part, like, I do heated flow yoga. So they crank the heat up into the room up to like 95 degrees. So you're sweating already. And then, like, you're just in constant movement. It's none of this, like, hey, let's just, like, sit here in this really uncomfortable pose for 5 minutes. That happens at the end. But first, they just, like, work you out like a dog.
Sure.
So you're just, like, I'm covered in sweat. Like, the first time I went, literally, I hung my shirt up in the locker to go take a shower. And when I came back, there was a pool of water at the bottom of the locker from my shirt because I sweat
disgusting.
so much. Yeah, it's really foul. It's really foul, but great. And it feels really good. But then at the end, like, they do like this like calming, stretching, because your body is all loose from being worked out so hard. So I'm laying there, and honestly, like, it's kind of a spiritual time for me a little bit, because like it's just like you're really in touch with your body, you're in touch with your breathing, you're just like you're focusing on the now because you're just trying to survive.
Right.
Like it's great. It's been a really good thing for me, but I also like to go a little bit high.
Okay.
Because it just helps me get through the discomfort of it all.
Sure.
I've never been a workout guy.
Yeah.
So, like, to do this is really outside of my comfort zone. So this last week I got really high. Really high, like way too high. So, like, and I'm struggling through the class because I'm so high, right?
Yeah.
And it finally gets to the end where, like, we're laying on our backs and the lights are off and the soft music is playing and, like, you're just concentrating on your breathing. And I'm just like, oh God, I just made it. Like, I'm going to be okay. It's going to be all right. I'm like kind of not freaking out, but right on the edge of freaking out.
Yeah.
And so the yogi instructor, she's like, okay, now just like grab your knees and pull them up to your stomach and curl up in a ball. And I do. And at the same time, somebody in the far corner. Now, mind you, this class is packed. There's like 50, 60 people in this room. Right?
Oh, wow. Okay.
And this person just lets out the biggest fart you've ever heard in your life. Right? And it's just dead silent. And everybody's just like... So now I've got the giggles for being so high. And I'm playing and I'm shaking. I'm laughing so hard I'm shaking. Like, just like rocking back and forth. And I'm like, okay, breathe, get myself together.
See, breathing in would be the worst thing for me to do at that point.
Well, like,
because I would also think about it. I'd be thinking about it being funny.
And I was.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, and so you're like, okay, focus, get it out of your mind. And then, like, I'd get it out of my mind, and then it would pop back in, and I'd just start laughing again and start shaking on the mat. I was just in tears. I'm in tears. I'm laughing so hard. I couldn't catch my breath. This poor person. Oh my God. I don't know who it was. Luckily, I didn't like buy and resisted the urge to pop up and look.
It would have been amazing. Just to pop up and like
totally go for it. Oh my God.
See, here's the thing. I wouldn't have been able to hold on. I would have held on for a little bit, and you would have heard the laughing, and I would have to just run out, and you would never see me in that gym again. Just because I couldn't handle people knowing that I was that immature. I would change my gym membership. Like, it'd be like, Or because I know myself, I wouldn't be able to hold up from laughing on that.
Oh
one.
my God!
And that's without being high.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I don't know. I think maybe being high helped me in that situation.
You think so?
Because normally I probably would have laughed out loud. But I was like I'm so in tune with everything going on around me. I was like, no, focus, man. Like, get back to your space.
See, the problem is so I've always come up with tried to figure out really sad things to think about in those moments.
I just had to
because that's what I try to do to stop laughing, and it's worked for the longest time until I told somebody what it was the sad thing I thought about. And then they thought it was funny. So now
wait, is this like I think about my grandmother playing baseball while having sex?
No,
is that how you?
No,
is that
no,
the same kind of idea? But it's the same kind of idea.
Kind of.
It's I don't want to laugh, so I think about something just really bizarre.
Right.
Okay, that's an interesting strategy.
But if someone told me the visual imagery of what this terrible thing would look like, and I was
it's
crap, it is funny.
Yeah. So that was. Oh my God, that was my favorite. Several people did not come back the next time to class. I don't know who it was, but I can't imagine that person goes to that gym ever again.
Yeah, no, that's the person.
I mean, it was and it wasn't just like a little fart. Like it had timber to it, where you're like, oh, that's a meat eating man's
like John
fart.
Williams style,
like a bassoon. And it wasn't like a quick one. Like it went for a while. It was like,
it's like Imperial March. It's got that.
It's like what's the movie where the city moves around? Inception.
Oh, Inception. Oh, it's Hans Zimmer.
Oh my God, it was the best.
Oh, that's good.
I love yoga class. Yoga class is worth it just for moments like that. There's been several little things like that for me where I'm like, this is just pure joy.
Yeah.
This is pure joy. I can't believe I haven't been doing this my whole life.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah.
That is, yeah.
I love it. Well, based on our last conversation where we were talking about crapping ourselves, it was nice to see somebody else.
Right. Well, we all know everyone's been at that place where they've crapped themselves. There's no one on this earth. That is totally
we had people coming out of the wall work telling me stories of oh yeah, no, this happened to me. I know somebody. My sister. So
that's a those who are without sin cast the first stone type of experience.
Yes, for sure. For sure. If you haven't done that to yourself yet,
first off, it means you haven't been living it. You're not eating.
You don't eat enough Taco Bell.
You're not eating things you can enjoy.
How's your kale?
All right, so let's move on with today's actual Star Wars episode. So before we get to Galaxy's Edge, which is the park opening up at Disneyland and Hollywood Studios, the one in Orlando. So at Star Wars Celebration, we're getting multiple animation panels. I am super excited about this because we are getting one panel for the new Clone Wars episodes, another panel for Star Wars Resistance, third panel for Star Wars Rebels, since it's been a year since the show ended. Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited for all three of those panels.
It's going to be Filoni dick teasing us with Ahsoka.
Ezra and Thrawn and Ahsoka. And,
it's going to be Filoni up there
I need those crumbs.
I don't know.
Right? But I need those crumbs, man. I need some of that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm totally
excited.
I can't believe it's already a month away.
Right? I'm really, really excited about it.
We were going to go to this one.
Maybe, yeah.
We had talked about it, and then
I know
we didn't go.
But
money and jobs and
maybe one day.
Someday.
Yeah, one day we'll go to the Holy Land. So speaking of the Holy Land, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, as we were talking about.
Yes,
we've got. Well, apparently they opened up some of the park. It's still in progress, and a bunch of nerd news outlets got a chance to see it. And one of the best coverage of it is actually at Nerdist.com. And we're actually going to be looking through some of their coverage and talking about it. And I think most of this is just going to serve to get us a little bit more hyped about this and really, really work hard to figure out when and how
we're going to go. How I'm going to convince my family to let me go to Disney World without them.
Maybe we got to bring David Adams too, because I think this is about the time that he's probably going to have a kid.
This is perfect timing then.
Yeah, like right as their kid's born, he should just go to Disney.
They're having a kid?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That poor child.
I know. I feel so bad for that kid.
Well, they're going to be really busy with the kid. Like, that's going to be, like, I can see where that's going to be a real all-consuming type thing for them.
Yeah.
I'm totally willing to take Sailor, their dog.
Just take him off your hands for a week.
For a week? I want that dog forever. I love that dog.
You want the dog forever.
I love that dog. That's my favorite. That's my most favorite Adams.
Well, no, that's true. I mean, we all I think everyone feels that way about that family. He doesn't even listen to the podcast. That was messed up. That's why he deserves this.
I'm totally going to tag him for this one.
Oh, man. All right, so I'm going to start with what we'd probably be most interested in, and the first article that they go into is what you can eat and drink in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, because, food is kind of...
That's where we begin and start all of our conversations.
Exactly. It's kind of like... it is the spiritual building block of our relationship at the
Star
end
Wars
of the day.
and food.
Star Wars and food.
Yeah, that's it.
Food sustains it, though.
Yeah.
Like, Star Wars is what ignited it.
Yes.
But food is sort of the, without food, I don't know if I could stand you on like a deserted island with no food.
We didn't have anybody to deliver.
Oh, well, remember when Potbellies screwed us over that time?
You never forgave them for that.
No, I've gone back and had Potbellies
have you now?
since then. Yeah,
Okay.
Even that Potbellies.
Oh wow! See, I've never gone back to that Potbellies.
No, yes, you have.
Oh, I
You
did.
had to
I
have,
did.
yeah.
Once I think.
Yeah,
not often.
but I'm not down in that area.
But there's
fair
one.
enough.
There's one right by my work.
Yeah.
When I go to work, that I will frequent occasionally.
Yeah. The Potbellies near me is a little bit of a walk, so.
Yeah, it's literally in my building.
Yeah.
I don't even have to leave the building to go to Potbellies.
Right.
Which is nice.
Yeah, that is nice. All right, so let's go ahead. So here's a couple different establishments that are going to be at Galaxy's Edge. The first one
There better be a goddamn Dexter Jetsters there.
Oh, you know what? I don't think there will be, but maybe eventually.
Okay.
The first spot is Oga's Cantina, and it's owned by Oga Gara, which is Black Spire's crime boss, and it is going to be the place to hang out. She has hands in every single business in the village, and everyone knows not to cross her. The interior of the walk-in cantina it's very reminiscent of Mos Eisley, with a lot of like small booths in the dark, sort of in the shadows.
Yeah.
Long bar top surrounds the heart of Oga's with all sorts of tanks and tubes hanging from the top of the building. And you can get snacks, but this place is mostly about beverages.
All right.
So as far as snacks are concerned, there is a Cantina Mix. Apparently this name is to be determined. It's a galactic space version of bar snacks. So it has wasabi peas.
Better be some Wampa wings.
Small rice cracker bits. Shrimp chips. Wampa wings? No, it's Bantha wings.
Bantha wings, Wampa wings, whatever, baby.
Then we've got Oga's Obsession, a gelatin-based dish served in a petri dish with popping pearls, dried fruits, and pop rocks.
Pop rocks?
Yeah.
That sounds interesting and goofy.
And the Rhodian Ration.
All right, I'm interested.
Yeah, no details about what's in that yet. So, then we've got some non-alcoholic beverages, and in that we've got the Black Spire Brew, a coffee drink with cold brew. Blue Bantha, a glass of blue milk topped with cookie decorated with a Bantha horn.
Of course.
Cliff Dweller, Terrine Tea, Hyperdrive Punch It, Jabba Juice, Mugen Mugen Tea, and Carbon Freeze.
Okay. I mean, you don't know what any of those things are, but I'm sure they're delicious.
Sure. So.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure, the Blue Bantha actually does sound kind of good.
With a cookie?
Yeah.
Who doesn't like milk and cookies?
Right. Now, here's the alcoholic drink. So we got a Fuzzy Tauntaun, a light Fuzzy Navel-inspired cocktail topped with a fuzzy foam, Bloody Rancor, a Bloody Mary-esque morning drink with an edible bone garnish.
Edible bone garnish? What the hell is an edible bone garnish?
Like A bone that's garnishing, but it's edible.
That's what I'm like. How do you eat a like? What is it made out of? Like the bone?
Who knows? Maybe
Yeah,
it's
exactly. That's my.
You've eaten Taco Bell. You've eaten worse.
Fair. I'm just saying. Interesting. Okay.
Yum Nub, which is essentially a rum punch with passion fruit seeds.
See, none of that sounds good, including the name.
Of course you wouldn't like the Yum Nub. The Jedi Mind Trick. It has botanical flavors, grapefruit bitterness, and it's meant to start and finish in different ways.
Okay. I'm into that one.
Yeah, that one does sound good.
That sounds refreshing.
Outer Rim, a margarita with black salt rim.
Not a margarita guy, but okay.
T16 Skyhopper. No description for this one yet. Dagobah Slug Slinger. The Jet Juice. Spear and Calf. Bespin Fizz. Bad Motivator IPA.
Bad Motivator
I'm down
IPA.
for that
one. Okay.
Tony Ray.
What?
I don't know. It'll be teal and bubbly, just like the Alderaan version. I don't know.
I don't get that reference.
I don't either. Yeah, I missed
Somebody
that
better
one.
read than us. We'll have
Probably.
to like, obviously that is a reference to the book.
Yeah, exactly.
If
The White Wampa Ale, a wheat beer, and Spice Runner, a dark red cider.
Okay, yeah, some interesting options there.
Yeah, I can see, but
That
Spice
Jedi,
Runner
the
would be
Jedi
the
Mind
easy
Trick
one.
sounds like the drink for me on a hot, muggy day in
Florida.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So, they said to keep an eye out for the brewer of the beers on special tap handles in the cantina. Oga's not a brewer or winemaker, so she's contracted with suppliers around the galaxy.
I.e., you'll be able to get a Sam Adams.
Right? This will be the only place that guests can get alcoholic beverages at Disneyland. Unless those guests have access to the Private Club 33. Beverages must be consumed inside of Oga's. There's also one of the other highlights is DJ R3X, who's the former pilot of Star Tours, is now a radio DJ spinning some of the best pop music in the Star Wars galaxy.
That makes sense.
Let's move on. Oh, and I guess is voiced by Paul Rubens as well. So
Is that who did that voice?
apparently,
Oh.
yeah.
Huh.
The next spot, the next establishment in the to get some food is Ronto Roasters. So they say roasting meat on a spit is a marketplace staple, so Black Spire Outpost has it. The open-air establishment is owned by Bakar, a huge pod racing fan, and he runs his stall with the help of his droid 8DJ8. The shop is decorated with pod racing flags and flair, and Bakar's modified pod racing engine to roast Ronto meat. Ronto being a beast from Tatooine.
Okay.
You can order a few things at Ronto Roasters. A Ronto wrap is a wrap with roasted pork and spice grilled Portuguese sausage, topped with a slaw and spicy clutch sauce in a pita. Sweet teriyaki turkey jerky. It took into account the excessive heat from the pod race engine would dry meat out, hence the jerky. Spicy herb turkey jerky. Sour sarlacc, Tatooine sunset, or Melu Run juice.
Okay. All right.
I'm down for those.
Yeah, that sounds yummy. Big wrap of meat sounds delicious.
Exactly. Then we've also got a milk stand. So blue and green milk will be served there.
Wonder if they taste different. If they put flavoring in them.
So
Because I do
the
not
blue
like the
bantha milk
taste. I
is,
do not like the taste of milk.
So the blue bantha milk is going to be is described as having a berry flavor, and the green milk, which is the Thala Siren milk from The Last Jedi,
Yeah.
it will have a tropical flavor.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Neither one in particular.
Yeah, I'm just not a milk drinker. Unless it's in cereal.
If it's a shake form, that's totally different.
Right, but that's a shake, not milk. Like
Right.
I don't just like milk.
Yeah,
I never drink just a
I
glass
imagine
of milk.
they'll have shakes available there, not just like if you want a glass of milk, you can have it. But if you want it in shake form, I'm sure it'll be
God,
available.
how
too.
often do you think somebody's going to get sick from like milk that's just been out a little too long?
Oh, yeah,
that
that's not a
place?
good idea. Maybe it'll all be just milkshake. Seems like that'd be the easier
The
way to
safer
go.
way to go to keep because you have to keep it cold.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't know.
Well, here's the next place, Katsaka's Kettle. As you wander through the marketplace browsing wares and exploring stalls, you may smell popcorn. And Katsaka's Kettle serves Outpost Mix, a sweet and salty popcorn mix with a little bit of spice that's dark red and purple. Katsaka's a local farmer, to Black Spire Outpost and harvest different kinds of grains. One of her favorite things to do is to travel around the galaxy and collect various spices and bring them back to Batuu to use in her cooking. So, got a popcorn stand.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fun to walk around in.
Right.
And have different...
Just have on you.
Yeah.
Have
I love salty snacks.
Yeah.
Like, I am a huge popcorn eater. You know that. Like,
of course.
If I'm going to sit down and watch a movie or anything, popcorn, baby, let's do it.
And it's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Then we've also got Docking Bay 7 food and cargo. It's a weird combination. Quick service restaurant.
Not with the way we eat.
Fair enough. It is like... it is. Yeah. Never mind.
Eat by the pound.
All right. So it is going to be a quick service restaurant with many bold options for adult and children.
Okay.
Chef here is none other than Strono Tuggs, also known as Cookie, who used to be a chef at Maz Kanata's Takodana Castle.
Okay.
Until the First Order wrecked said castle.
Not cool.
He appears in a fun short story about a cooking competition in Tales from a Galaxy Far, Far Away, Volume 1. But these days he has a traveling kitchen and restaurant thanks to modified Senior Chal Utilipede transport. He's proud to serve Tug's Grub, traveling diner for diners traveling in Black Spire. Some of the dishes you can expect is a braised shock roast with his beef pot roast with cavatelli pasta, kale, and mushrooms.
Sounds way too hot for Florida.
Right. Fried Andorian tip-yip, fried chicken, not batter fried though with roasted vegetable mash and green herb gravy. Felucian garden spread, vegan meatballs with herb hummus.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Tomato cucumber relish and pita bread. The moment you said vegan meatballs, I was lost.
I was out. Yeah, I was like, yeah, you lost me at this place.
I mean, meatballs are already like, they're not the bottom of all meats, but they're heading towards that direction. So
it's almost Taco Bell meat.
Right. There's an Ithorian garden loaf, vegan meatloaf served with roasted vegetable mash, seasonal vegetables and mushroom sauce, kadu ribs, smoked country sticky pork
now
ribs.
We're talking.
With a blueberry corn muffin and cabbage sauce. Yeah, that does
sound good. There we go.
That does sound good. We have oven-roasted burra fish, Dijon-crusted sustainable fish with mixed greens, roasted vegetables, quinoa, and pumpkin seeds with creamy green curry ranch dressing.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Everything but the quinoa sounds good in that.
Oh, I like quinoa.
I hate quinoa.
It's messy as hell.
Yeah, it's like someone threw rocks into your rice.
Well, you're supposed to cook them, you dumb shit. They're soft. I don't know if you know that. I feel like you don't know that.
No, I've had quinoa at restaurants, and it still tastes terrible.
Yeah, it's supposed to be mixed. Like, if it's just plain quinoa, you don't have any kind of flavoring in it, yeah, it's not very good.
No, I've had it with other stuff
in
there.
All right.
Yeah. But no, never again.
Never again.
Yeah. Oven-roasted tip-yip, which features roasted chicken with mixed greens, roasted veggies, quinoa, and pumpkin seeds with a green... that's exactly what I read. Yeah. We have yob shrimp noodle salad, a marinated noodle salad with chilled shrimp, and we've got a couple desserts there that they haven't named yet. So, let's see.
Some really interesting naming stuff. Like, they didn't go for a lot of, like, they did some obvious stuff with the drinks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But, like, for the food, like, they're getting pretty eclectic with, like, I'm like, I have no idea what that's a reference to.
Well, it doesn't feel like they're references necessarily as much as they are world building on Batuu.
Right.
Maybe other local, like, planets that are not too far away.
Yeah.
So, which I like, because,
it's great.
This place is really about more like immersion more than anything else. So, and that actually is the end of all the restaurants that we'll be finding there. So, let's go to some of the things you can buy when you're at Galaxy's Edge.
All right. Yes.
We've got... So, Dakon Dar, I don't know if you've heard of him already, but he's one of the major characters that they are establishing in this.
Okay.
In fact, he's going to be, I believe, in some of the comics and books. Dakon Dar is going to be an Ithorian dude who is a collector of antiquities. So again, his store is Dakon Dar's Den of Antiquities. Apparently, it was actually referenced by Kira in Solo: A Star Wars Story. So he's going to be a key figure in the Galaxy's black market, and he's filled the items. So he's filled his store with items he's acquired over the years, such as a 12-foot-tall taxidermied wampa, and his collection is changing regularly. Can
you buy the wampa?
I imagine not. That would be pretty awesome.
Because I want a wampa.
12-foot. Oh yeah, of course. That's going to be on my lawn all year round.
That's going in our studio.
Well, I feel like
it's going to sit at the head of the table.
always there,
Always,
ever
no
present.
matter what.
Now, let me ask you though:
Headphones on.
will he not have an arm?
No, he'll have both arms.
He'll have both arms.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't want Luke's broken Wampa. I want my own Wampa.
You didn't get this Wampa from a rescue.
Yeah, this is not a Wampa rescue. I want a purebred.
You know what? I'm not going to take this joke down its natural path. I'm going to move on.
This Wampa has papers.
This Wampa, okay. Oh, wow. The German in you is really coming out today.
Stop. Stop.
I couldn't help it. It was right there.
That's shameful.
Was it?
So easy.
Was it?
It's too easy. It's a shame.
So Doc Ondar is also going to be in the shop. He's going to be animatronic, and he is supposed to be 245 years old.
All right, so he's been around for a while, so he's got a lot of junk.
Right.
This is where you can buy all your tchotchkes at.
Exactly. So let's see. So there'll be a lot of Easter eggs from across the Star Wars films and TV shows and other Star Wars material.
Okay.
This is the place to shop for Jedi and Sith artifacts.
Uh-huh.
So you can get replicas of the statues in Palpatine's office,
Oh.
a bust of Mace Windu,
No, thank you.
or even a fancy boxed lightsaber that Doc
no.
Ondar has found somewhere.
Bust of Mace Windu?
I mean, if you really feel like it looks like it's not just Mace. You could probably get a Yoda bust and a Darth Maul bust. It's
A Mace Windu bust is kind of cool. The more I think about it.
well, I would be. So here's the thing: I would want a Mace Windu bust if it was like Hot Toys, where you could change it out. So you could be like, you know what? I want him to be Jules right now, or I want.
You just put different wigs on it.
I guess that's
really
true.
all
I
you
guess
gotta
it really
do.
is the base.
Yeah.
For whatever other versions,
Yeah.
because like, oh, I want Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah.
Sam Jackson right now.
So
like,
just put a different wig on him.
like now I want angry I want angry Django Unchained Sam Jackson right now. I mean, you can just I'd want
Yeah.
I'd want it to be able to change it up.
Yeah, no, and that's the one that you
So
would do
it's
it
the
with.
Mace
too. That
Windu.
actually, yeah.
Mace Windu, we've just sold ourselves on the Mace Windu bus.
Maybe-
We went from skeptical to believers.
I'm full on it. I'm like, we got to get this.
We're like evangelists now for this. All right, so you can there'll be lightsabers that you can buy and display stands for your lightsabers. Actually, the display stands this particular one looks pretty good.
They say you can get lightsabers there.
Yep. You'll also get you can find Jedi and Sith holocrons.
Do they look like realistic replicas, or I'm sure you can get like the plastic ones that you can get.
No, like these are the it looks like
really
these are
like
nice
Saberforge
ones.
style.
Yeah, it does look. Yeah,
Real replicas kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm sure
Several
Saberforge will
$100.
still have. Yeah, I'm sure Saberforge will still have a market.
Oh,
but,
for sure.
Yeah,
because not everybody can go to Disney.
Yeah. Oh, well, I wonder how
Barbies.
much of this they'll start putting online as well.
I don't know.
Yeah. And yeah,
I bet not a lot for a while because they want people to go to this thing.
That's true. That is true. Another store that you can go to is the Toydarian Toy Maker.
Hey.
Yeah, that wasn't too much of a stretch. So you'll see a lot of just a lot of different plush and stuffed animals here.
Cool.
Carvings. There'll be a couple musical interests, including an Ewok drum and clue horn. The clue horn is the instrument used by the Cantina band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Max Rebo plays that one.
no.
Oh, the
Cantina band, like
the Cantina, that one that looks like a clarinet or
yeah,
like an
exactly.
oboe.
Yeah, so it's probably just a recorder. That's just made to look like that. So let's see. You'll also get portable fans that look like moisture vaporators. All right, that's sort of cool. Then there's the creature stall. So anyone who wants to take home a creature from the Star Wars universe can do so at the creature stall.
Ooh. Tell me more.
So it's owned by an Amani named Bina. This marketplace stall seems practically alive with animatronic critters. One cage has a moving wart. Another cage holds something softer, more cuddly. You can purchase small versions of puffer pigs, rathtars, tauntauns, porgs, and more.
Oh my god, I could get a stuffed Rathtar.
You really want a stuffed rathtar?
Yeah, I kind of do. I kind of do because everybody's going to get a porg, right? Like everybody's going to get the porg.
Yeah, but I want the Tauntaun.
And everybody's going to get Tauntauns, like
and the Wampa.
Yeah, like not a lot of people.
Not a lot of people are going to get the Rathar. You're right.
The Rathar's cool.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's cool because it's not the first choice.
That's true. It is. That is. If it was a legit pet shop, that's the one that would be.
Or I'd be like, how much is that over there?
Yeah.
It's over in the corner, kind of dark. Nobody's looking at it.
Right. I feel like though that's like the equivalent of having a python as a pet. Like I'm
a step away. I've got a bearded dragon.
I feel like there's still a couple steps away.
What's in between bearded dragon and python?
A tiger.
A tiger? A tiger. Wait.
Raccoon? Pet raccoon. Pet raccoon is definitely in between.
Oh, you know what I've
And I want a pet raccoon.
You know what I've
been I know that that's a bad idea.
Wow.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I've been looking at for a pet?
What?
Opossums.
See, also on the bad idea list in between bearded dragon and python, fox as a pet.
A fox would be great as a pet.
What about a pig? It would be so cool.
What about a pig? One of my favorite wrestlers right now has a pet pig.
Is it a tiny pig?
Yeah, it's a little potbelly pig. I mean, he's he's probably like 60, 80 pounds, but yeah, I love him.
Yeah, I put it as better than the bearded dragon.
Fuck you, man. The bearded dragon's awesome.
All right, so I didn't mean for that to get too personal. All right,
move on. Next topic. Before we end this friendship.
So we also have a place called Savi's Workshop. Oh, this looks fun. Like this will also looks like it'll be fun to do with the kids. But,
tiger is more dangerous than a python.
Yes, but it seems less psychopathic.
Are you nuts?
Really?
Yes, a tiger will murder you in a heartbeat.
Oh, of course. No, of course. But like
a snake is totally happy as long as you feed it.
You don't think the tiger would be happy if you feed it?
No, tiger will eat you just because that's what tigers do.
I don't know. I mean,
anytime somebody jumps into a tiger cage, what happens?
It's true.
The tiger's not like, whatever, man. They just fed me. I'm cool. Tiger's like,
yeah, but I would don't you think you'd go to the same dealer that Mike Tyson went to?
Oh, and get him. Yeah, but he still had to get rid of them eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
Because like when they're adults, because they eat people. That's what tigers is just being tigers. Like you can't. That's one you can't. That's way more dangerous than a python. They let you have pythons. Nobody lets you have a tiger.
See, I don't understand why anybody lets you have pythons. That just seems like a.
Well, I don't know why anybody really wants a python.
Yeah, that's another thing.
That's the thing. They're not that dangerous. Well, I will say I do have a friend who was almost killed by one.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
When she was a kid.
Like, by a pet one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because it's a dumb idea.
No, they're not, yeah, but a tiger is a way worse idea.
The only step worse than that is getting a pet crocodile.
What about pet spiders? Where are you on pet spiders?
I'm not a fan, but I feel like there is an easier containment process. Like I don't again,
same thing with a snake. You just keep it in an aquarium like I do with my dragon.
See, I don't know. Here's the thing though. Like spiders is closer to the python experience to me. But like with your bearded dragon, like you can take the thing and you can handle it.
Well, you know you're no danger from a bearded dragon. Like they're not venomous, they barely have teeth. They're not big. They're not going to squeeze you to death.
Yeah, like, I don't understand why you would ever want to interact with this snake.
Yeah. No,
to me, the only reason to have it is if you want to intimidate people in your office. If you're a supervillain and you just need this thing, like, just hanging there. Like, it's like having a piranha, you know?
I mean, it is kind of cool to watch them eat.
Again, that's a supervillain thing to say. Like that's not like a well-adjusted human being right there.
I mean, you have a point.
Yeah, watching something take life from another creature to end its soul and its hopes and dreams.
It doesn't have hopes and dreams. Okay, stop. Stop.
I've watched Fievel Goes West.
Dirty liberal. Oh, you smelly hippie.
I've watched Fievel Goes West.
Watched Fievel Goes West. That's where you learned everything you need to know about Mother Nature.
And the Rescuers.
Oh, Down Under, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad that you got all of your nature knowledge from 80s Disney movies.
Fievel's not a Disney movie. That's DreamWorks.
Is it really?
That's Spielberg.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Spielberg did that.
I don't know why I thought that was a Disney film.
Because, I mean, it's easy to assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's come back to Disney. Let's come back to Galaxy's Edge. So this place, Savi's Workshop, is, even though this is going to be, the era for the Galaxy's Edge is going to be sometime after The Last Jedi. So it's not necessarily a popular time to be a Jedi, but he owns this workshop that uses scraps of lightsabers and fragments from the Jedi's past to work with his gatherers to pass along the art of crafting a lightsaber. So this is part experience guided by Savi's gatherers and part retail. It starts with you picking your story, peace and justice if it's a Jedi-inspired lightsaber pieces, power and control if it's Sith-inspired, elemental nature for nature-inspired lightsaber pieces, or protection and defense, which are more ancient lightsaber pieces. Your story will dictate which set of lightsaber pieces you receive, and you then choose your kyber crystal, based on color, and build your lightsaber, a hilt and blade. And 14 guests can build lightsabers at a time. That sounds fun.
That looks amazing.
I'm
Line
totally
to get
in for
into
that
part is going to be huge.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Huge.
Since 14 people can only do it at a time.
Oh my goodness. I can't. That one you're going to wait forever to get into.
Then there's also the Droid Depot, where you can also assemble your own droid. That one looks like a lot of fun.
How big
too.
are the droids?
It looked like, so far most of them look like R2 and ball units at this point.
That big?
You know what? I don't know the actual size. That looks like you'll be building R series or BB series droids. They'll be approximately 12 inches tall.
Okay.
Okay,
that's cool.
Yeah, I like that. Once your droid is activated, it will light up and make sounds. You can operate it via remote control.
Oh!
And you can interact with other droids all around the village.
No way!
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Or droids can hate each other and be best friends.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds awesome. I'm down for this one. I'm gonna need a lot of money, man, for this thing.
I'm gonna have to sell my family in order to go to this place and afford it.
You know what? We're not gonna speak of that any longer for legal reasons.
If my family goes missing, you can find me down in Orlando.
We'll have Black Spire Outfitters, which has a lot of different, Jedi robes and costumes from the movies. First Order Cargo, which is basically army surplus for your First Order needs. Let's see. Resistance Supply. So you're having like various ones that are like, for each faction.
Okay.
As far as clothes and that kind of merch.
Cool.
So yeah, that's just
get some cool cosplay stuff.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of fun right there.
God, I really want to go.
I know, right?
Do we have any idea when it's going to open for real?
That is actually what I've got next for you. Look at you.
Huh?
Actually, maybe I don't have it next, so maybe I'll have it soon. There we go. I have it now. I jumped ahead in my preps.
When will then be now?
So Disneyland, the one in California, is opening up May 31st, 2019, of course. And then the one in Florida is going to be opening up August 29th. Here's the thing, though. Only one of the two attractions will be available on those opening dates. And that is, I believe, Smuggler's Run. So the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run ride will be the first one available.
Okay.
Merchant shops, food, beverages will be available opening day. The other attraction, which is the big ride, Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, will open in Phase 2 later in 2019 at a yet-to-be-announced date.
Okay.
So
we can save it really till 2020.
Yeah, that might be the best option so that we can
You wanna see it
experience the full.
Yeah, I don't
thing.
want to go and then be like, oh, well, the best part of it still isn't open yet.
Right, and this. I've been hearing a lot
Although
about
that might
this
be a
ride.
great way to kind of beat the crowds a little bit and experience it.
Experience half and then come back and
Yeah, and
experience
just go the one thing. Yeah.
Maybe. It's also a good way to like spread the budgeting out for like get a lightsaber one time and get a droid the other time. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, so
There's options there.
there's going to be a special app that goes along with it.
Of course.
Where you'll be able to translate and read stuff that's written in Arabesh.
Oh, nice.
Or other alien languages. It'll also allow you to align with various factions, whether it's the First Order, Resistance, or Scoundrels.
And who are you going to choose?
Resistance, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Gotta fight for the Resistance.
I get it.
Yeah. Who are you choosing?
Definitely the Scoundrels.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like that. Now, here's the thing. The app will like sort of tune in and you'll get various transmissions based on your factions at different places in the park.
Okay.
And you might even have to unscramble some of these transmissions. Let's see. You'll also be able to use your app to communicate with different devices and droids around Galaxy's Edge to learn various pieces of info. Let's see. So the app will also have job boards, and those tools that I mentioned will help you completing them. So here's sort of an example. So you've got the two attractions. You've got the Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run, and Rise of the Resistance. And they have 2 jobs available in each queue. The jobs will provide more context to complement the ride.
Oh.
For example, in the Smuggler's Run queue, you can learn to be a smuggler as an employee of Onaka Transport Solutions and acquire all the space pirate skills you need. If you want to enroll in a bigger stakes activity, you can play a land-wide game to hack door panels to either help the First Order or the Resistance.
Oh.
And the First Order is planning surveillance cameras, and the Resistance is trying to disable the cameras.
Oh, cool.
The side with control of the most door panels wins, and players aligned with that side get exclusive in-game digital rewards, such as costume elements for your avatar and stuff like that. So, and you can, kind of opt in as much or as little as you want. You can even play together as a family. Apparently families or groups of friends can use a single app and sign up different participants, so everyone will have a role to play. So it's a fun
so cool.
sort of activity to do as a group when you're
Oh, God. They really do think of everything.
It really feels like we got to visit this once as smugglers, another time as the Resistance, and another time as the First Order.
4 or 5 different trips to this place.
We're at three.
Well, that's for those things. I get because
but you
we
can
could double up.
Yeah, you can get multiple things on that. Yeah, no, I just need another one just for my lightsaber building activity.
I mean,
maybe. I'm not going to say no.
Depends on how expensive those sabers are.
There's also like a super amazing animatronic
What are the odds?
Hondo Anaka on that is going to be part of the Smuggler's Run ride as well.
What are damn it, there's so much. What are the odds? I can't think of it. Like you're going to be like the gamifying aspect of it.
Yeah.
That you're actually going to be able to like finish the storyline, the achieves or whatever in one visit.
I imagine here's the thing. They're designed for the casual audience.
No, they're not. This is Disney.
You don't think it'll be a little
There's
bit more
nothing casual about going to Disney.
Okay, yes, but I can't imagine they're going to make... This isn't like endgame rating in World of Warcraft. This is more like pet battles in World of Warcraft. It's accessible. It's people like... I expect you and I as semi hardcore casual gamers, like we're going to be like sort of on top of this and we'll be able to accomplish it in a visit. I don't think there's going to be like cuz you want kids to feel like they've accomplished this stuff. And kids of all ages, not just like
my kids are better at this stuff than I am. They'll get through it quicker than me, I guarantee you.
That's true. I I think if you go in as First Order and you're set on like I want to accomplish all this First Order stuff,
Yeah.
I think you can. But
In
you
one
have
day.
to. You still have to be enough of a completionist. Don't get me wrong. And our will to walk across the entire park again and again and again may be the test of that that commitment.
It's so hot down there.
Right? Yeah, that's the other part. Like So maybe we will.
I think you can do it in 2 days.
I
think the
that's
average
fair.
person will do it in 2 days.
I think that's fair.
I think you're right. I think like if you hustle and that's all you do at the park,
Yeah.
is just do that. You can do it in 1 day.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's what I think because I think they want you coming back. They want you there multiple days
for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
And that like we're ignoring the stuff with the hotel.
Right.
Your hotel story experience.
Right. Yeah. I really expect like in order to really experience like you're gonna have to do 4 or 5 days there.
Probably. Yeah. And I mean, who knows what they'll add as time goes on too.
Right.
So.
Right.
So
should just take a week and just stay there.
Stop speaking my language, man.
That would be pretty amazing.
It would be. All right, so here's the big thing. We are going to talk about the 2 big rides that we're expecting here. So the first one is Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. So in this attraction, guests will travel in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. There's 6 seats in the cockpit, including 2 pilots, 2 gunners, and 2 flight engineers. So really, it's not just travel. The guests are in complete control, flying the ship in the motion simulator ride.
Oh, that's cool.
Here's the premise. Hondo Ohnaka, of course, from Clone Wars and Rebels, has started a business on Batuu, Ohnaka Transport Solutions. Chewbacca has left the Millennium Falcon with Hondo for repairs after The Last Jedi. Apparently, there's a book that leads into this. It's called Pirate's Price. And while he has it, Hondo's using the ship for completely valid shipments. And he's looking for a new crew. The queue begins outside.
Is completely valid in quotes.
Yes. The queue begins outside the 100% to scale Millennium Falcon. It's never been built out to this extent, even for the films. You'll receive a boarding card before you step into the queue. The line winds indoors through the hangar and hallways of Hondo's business, which you can look for Star Wars Easter eggs and opportunities to use the Play Disney's Parks app. There will be past viewing areas looking down from a second floor onto the top of the Falcon. Every weld and every stain looks placed with love.
Oh.
Eventually, you'll come to the control tower and encounter Hondo himself.
Dope.
Jim Cummings is reprising the voice.
Nice.
The Hondo animatronic with electric motors is the second most sophisticated animatronic in Disney parks.
Wow.
He looks to be a little older with longer hair, but he's the same character we know from animation brought to life. Let's see. He's giving you the sales pitch the way Hondo does with all that charm and bravado that you normally see. Of course, you're going to accept the mission. You walk down the hallway of the Falcon.
You're going to go through all that and be like, nah.
You know what? I'm out.
I'm going to go do Space Mountain.
So you walk down the hallway of the Falcon, the Falcon, into its lounge, complete with the Dedrick table, and it's like you've walked into the movie itself.
Oh, that's so cool.
You can, while you're in the room, you can explore and take pictures until the group on your boarding card is called. So it's sort of a little bit more freeform hanging out in the Falcon, instead of just waiting in line in the Falcon.
Okay. We go. You and I go through line. We walk on the ship. Are we the ones who say we're home?
Oh, hell
Chewie,
yeah.
we're home. Or is it somebody we're with?
Here's the thing.
And what's more annoying?
Whoever does say it is going to be
is
annoying.
the most annoying person.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Here's the thing, okay, so what's got me at a loss right now as you've brought this question up, which of us is Chewie?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because it really depends on who can really deliver the Han Solo line just right. Because if you don't do it right, then that's where it's cringy. But if you can deliver it right and get you the feels, then...
Well, it's because
I don't trust David
character,
Adams to do it right.
No.
Yeah.
The Chewie character that has to give the growl to go along with it, too.
Yeah, no, that's tough, and I can't do Chewie. Yeah, I'm about as good as Amelia Clark's Chewie impression, and that is an awful Chewie impression. It's hilarious.
She's better with dragons.
Right. Yeah. I don't know who. Yeah.
I bet. Here's a follow-up question. It's groups of 6.
Yeah.
How often does at least one person say it in those groups of 6 all day long? I bet it's like somewhere around like 75 to 80% of the time somebody says
yeah,
it.
for sure. Here's the thing, like, you're not going to just get that line. You're going to get, she's not much to look at, you're going to get
any kind of
any
Falcon
Han
reference.
Or any Han quote, really.
Right.
Too.
Or Leia quote inside the Falcon.
That's true. What'll be truly amazing is if you can...
She's got it where it counts.
That's going to happen no matter what. But if you can pull out some Lando quotes from Solo...
Oh, okay.
I think that'll be impressive.
Okay.
Give you some, was it L3 was the droid from? Yeah.
Some of her quotes.
Because, I mean, technically L3 is the Falcon.
The nav computer, yeah.
Yeah.
She's the nav computer. Yeah, there's a lot of room for just really cringy moments.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
With people you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be sort of an interesting experience. You'll very quickly know if you want to hang out with these people or not.
Based on the quotes that they pull out, like how deep a quote and whether or not it's actually like correct.
Yeah.
Use the Force, Luke.
Right.
Oh, okay, all right. I am your father. Wrong place.
No.
Get off my ship.
Wrong
Harrison Ford.
So you're gonna get a pre-flight debrief with live action Hondo instructing you. You're gonna step into the cockpit. It's got 6 seats. Since the ride wasn't operating, they weren't able to really say a lot. So let's see. The other thing to note about Smuggler's Run, there will be a bunch of pourings all over the Millennium Falcon because this is post Last Jedi. So.
Right. All right, cool.
We've also got Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. So this is the one that is still in development. They haven't announced when it's going to be actually open. This is going to be the longest attraction that they've ever developed for Disney parks.
Okay.
It's going to be a ride vehicle. He said the complex, advanced experience is almost like being on 4 attractions at once. We know one of the ride system is a trackless vehicle that will do things like circle the feet of full-size AT-ATs because you'll find yourself in the middle of a battle between the Resistance and the First Order. Story-wise, the Rise of the Resistance begins in the Resistance newly established base on Batuu. They've, put a last-minute base of operations put together in a cavern just outside the outpost. So you'll see more of the natural planet on this ride.
Oh, neat.
Resistance fighters have used lasers to carve out tunnels for the base. The queue is going to wind through the caverns, past markers indicating what the cave may have been used for, and past flight gear and weapons room. You can look for some in-universe Easter eggs there as well. Riders from Fast Pass and Standby lines merge into a group of about 45 to 55 people in a standby room. Then in a comms area, an animatronic BB-8 looks over the group as a holo transmission from Rey. She has a special off-planet mission for you. You'll be boarding a shuttle, an ITS to be specific, and Poe Dameron will escort you to his X-Wing. Double doors open to an outdoors area. You hear engine spooling getting ready for flight.
Oh.
And you see Poe's full-sized X-Wing to your right. You board the first ride system with the shuttle. Nien Nunb will appear as an animated figure in the shuttle.
What?
Yeah. You take off from the planet in this motion-based part of the attraction, but your shuttle is intercepted by 2 Star Destroyers. Poe leaves to get help, but your shuttle is stuck in a tractor beam. When the shuttle doors open again...
This sounds like this last episode of Scruffy Nerf Herders.
Right? Oh, actually, I don't know yet.
The new one with you ping-pong.
Oh, with me. Yeah. This is not too far off. When the shuttle doors open again, you're in a Star Destroyer hangar surrounded by the First Order, literally facing 50 stormtroopers, some of them moving. A First Order TIE fighter is visible to your right. It's all massive in scale. And even though the hangar wasn't finished, it was still an intimidating sort of sight to see.
Wow.
Cast members dressed as First Order officers will be barking at you to move along. You'll walk down a hallway towards detention cells.
Do you think they'll be susceptible to Jedi mind tricks?
No, these won't. Yeah. I'm assuming they would have had Kylo Ren training. There, the large group of 45 to 55 is split into smaller groups and put into cells, which are like the room where you saw Poe get interrogated in Force Awakens.
Cool.
And this is where you're going to face Kylo Ren.
Yes.
And that's as much as that they've been shown. There's a lot more to it.
Wow, that sounds so much fun.
Right?
That sounds amazing.
I can't. Yeah. We need to make a lot of money soon.
We're gonna go for about a week. I'm gonna see if I can talk. I'm gonna see if I can talk my family into it.
I don't think that'll be too hard to talk them into it.
Well, I mean, the kids with the PTSD and
as long as they got a hotel to relax at.
Yeah, they just need. Yeah, we just have to be aware that they're gonna need some downtime.
Right. And just plan effectively.
Here's the catch of like when the kids have downtime, like I kind of got to be with them too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you can't just abandon Jenny. It's like, all right,
Jenny, you take care of the kids for a week. I'm gonna go play.
I'm gonna go play Star Wars.
But yeah, I think they would totally dig it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a tough pitch, but okay.
That's gonna be
I got
awesome.
a year. 2020. We might be able to pull this off in 2020.
Yeah, I think so. That's the hope. That's the plan. I know Hans even is
offered to let us stay.
No,
I want to stay. I want to stay in the park,
hotel.
At the
Yeah,
hotel
exactly.
and have that experience.
Might just have Hans join us.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I love that. Like we go to like Great Wolf Lodge and the kids love it.
Right.
They love it. But we go at like off times so
Right.
that there's not a lot of people around. There's not going to be an off time for this, man. Not for a decade.
I mean, yeah, I feel like winter is the best option, but even that.
Winter's when everybody goes because it's
they
cold.
think everybody.
It's just summertime. Like in the dead of summer is actually like kind of an off time for them.
Right, because it's so hot.
It's miserable.
Yeah, but I feel that's also when the gators come up. You know, wasn't that kid snatched recently?
That was like 3 years ago. Yeah, it was right by the hotel that I stayed at one time there.
Yeah,
on the beach.
That little the little walkway around it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, now that I know gators are in that thing.
Well, you were going to go in?
No, I wasn't going to go in anyway. But like, there's an extra level of alertness I'm going to have now.
It was a small kid, dude. You're not gonna find a gator in that water that's gonna grab you.
Well, I could have lost weight by then.
Okay, you're right.
I'm hoping to have lost a lot of weight then.
I hope you will.
Do you not believe in me, Ben?
I mean, you just spent half hour at least going over every single menu item.
Fair enough. I do know ourselves. I'm going to scale back my weight loss goals just a little bit. All right, so I think that covers all of the Galaxy's Edge stuff that we've heard so far. Let's talk about Star Wars Resistance. So last week we obviously we visited Ming Chen up at Red Bank, New Jersey.
Shared Universe.
At Shared Universe podcast studio. So we didn't get a chance to talk about last week's episode, The Descent.
Yep.
And then this week we also had a new episode, No Escape Part 1, which is the first part of of a two-part finale, season finale for season 1 of Star Wars Resistance. Let's just go ahead and talk about this as one episode.
One
really
leads right into the
other. It is
other.
a continuous story at this point. So
we're in the meat of the story now. We finally have gotten past like the filler episodes and like just fleshing out characters. We are
fleshing out characters.
We are in the full on like, okay, here we go, gang. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for.
I loved these two episodes.
They were great.
I really, really enjoyed it. Like, this is where Kaz has become a character that I was expecting for a long time, but he really came into his own here.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I completely agree. I feel like they've did a great job of setting all of the pieces in motion so that when everything is happening, it all feels right. Like there was no point where I was like, okay, plot armor, or all right, You know, like they've set everything up where you're like, okay, cool. Like this actually really, really works. I'm glad BB-8's gone and he's got this new droid to deal with. I was upset when the other robot got blasted.
Right? He was badass.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
So there was a ton to like. I liked what's the daughter's name? I can never remember her name. With the little blue
Tora.
Tora. I thought she was great.
Yeah.
She was a lot of fun. She reminded me a lot of Claudia in The Dragon Prince.
Oh, yeah.
Like they have sort of that same kind of like effervescent, just loving life kind of thing.
And her presence is felt in every scene.
Yeah.
You know, that's a really interesting comparison. And it's very interesting when we're talking about a character lighting up a scene the way like in animation,
right?
That's such an odd thing to talk about, but it is a real testament to both those characters that you mentioned, Claudia in Dragon Prince and Tora in Star Wars Resistance, as far as how human these characters can be,
right?
And that you shouldn't sleep on animated shows like this.
No.
In
a lot of ways, they're better than many motion pictures.
Yeah. Absolutely, you know, some stiff performances that you get. So, I thought that's interesting. I also really, really like what they're doing so far with Tam. I really do hope, for the sake of the story, that she does join the First Order.
Me too.
I think I feel I won't be too, like, I have enough faith in this crew because the crew that's making the show, just because they've proven themselves with Clone Wars and Rebels. So even if they do like have her still stay, you know, with Kaz and the others, fine. But I do feel like they have a real great opportunity to show us someone in the First Order and how they would get there, even though they're not a bad person. You know, why this person's values might align with it, and even how they're deceived into joining the First Order in some way. So I think there's some really cool opportunities for it, and it's almost a reverse Callus in a way.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. It's an anti-aging Callus.
Yeah. But I think that's such a fascinating idea to go with. And it's a really bold idea to go with, too.
Yeah.
Because it isn't your standard, you know, sort of like, heroes fall, like that we've had with, you know, an Anakin type story.
Or the other way, which is like, oh, the bad guy sees the error of his ways and decides to be good.
Right.
You see, like aging Callus. I mean, we've seen that side of it too. This is interesting. Of just like it's a, you know, it felt very logical. Like from her perspective, she's been very consistent about this the entire season.
Yeah.
About like, well, you know, this is all just a misunderstanding. You know, they can't be that bad.
And she's been lied to now.
Yes.
So like she has enough reason to be like, well, I can't trust Yeager or Kaz at this point.
And the First Order is dangling all these things that she wants.
The moment she sees Niku along with there too, like she has every reason to feel completely alone.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, already being abandoned by Hype and everyone. So she's definitely a character that's kind of been pushed by others continuously. So
has trust issues.
Yeah, so it is sort of an interesting story to tell for a character like this.
Yeah, I think it would almost be a disservice for her not to join the First Order. Eventually she can have her redemption, like next season, she can have her redemption arc, which is great, but I do want her to take that step.
Yeah,
I think that would be fascinating.
Yeah, I think so too. You know, I will also say, so it was also sort of a fun experience seeing Kaz really come into his own, sort of like with his, you know, crazy plan to get the transmission out. But the moment that there are two major moments with Kaz that really sold me on it was when he gets the transmission from Leia and he realizes they're alone, and instead of choosing to just abandon the Colossus for the Resistance, his decision to stand for the Colossus and to free it, I thought was a really great moment for him coming to his own. But then the other thing was at the end of the most recent episode, you know, they were building it early on, and you know, they started mentioning Hosnian Prime. So if you already knew about Hosnian Prime, if you know, Hosnian Prime is the planet that looks a lot like Coruscant in The Force Awakens. You see it briefly just before it and the rest of the system are destroyed, by Starkiller Base. And that is, at that point, the seat of the Republic. It's where the Senate is. So, and just to back up a little bit more in Star Wars lore, and just because I've read a little bit more to kind of know, the Republic after the Empire is a little concerned with both the previous Republic's failure and with the Empire's failure, and are not crazy about having one place be the centralized seat of power. So they apparently hold elections periodically and even move the capital to different places throughout the galaxy. And Hazian Prime is
the current
one.
Yeah.
So just kind of like why people are like, oh, why does it just look like Coruscant? It's a Coruscant clone, or why is it Coruscant? There's confusion because it wasn't spelled out in the movies.
Right.
But I don't need that spelled out. I'm fine with that being in a book. That exposition would have been totally unnecessary in the movie, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, talk about pacing problems.
Right. So, but it is also kind of important because Kaz also is established. Like, we also know Kaz is sort of like wealthy, comes from a privileged family. Like, he's part of, like, he's fought. He's a pilot in the Resistance or in the Republic's fleet. So all of this, it makes him a very different character than we've seen. Who is like the Luke and Anakin type, or the Ezra type, which is like the street rat, or the poor farm boy that aspires to greatness. What I realized is we almost have kind of something a little closer to Leia's arc in this character. It's almost as if we had time with Leia before, like more time with Leia and getting to know her before Alderaan is destroyed. Because here he gets to witness the destruction of his own planet, Hazian Prime, and clearly, like, that was the last moment we were left with. So, we've got the resolve building moment. And I thought that was actually, like, I never thought about, like, they didn't reveal that Hazian Prime was his home until this episode. But, like, realizing that now, like, honestly, I'm glad this character has gone through the arc that we've gone through so far, and they've held back that piece of info. Because I thought that was such a cool moment to realize this is a different hero story we're getting. And it's so satisfying to get that, just because I wanted something. We've talked about it in past episodes. I wanted a slightly different hero's journey for this character. It's very easy to do the coming up from nothing character story, because that's what we do all the time. And it's a great story, and it deserves to be told again. But it's also good seeing this story, too, seeing that a hero can come from anywhere. And just because someone is from privilege doesn't necessarily mean
they're bad.
Yeah, that they're bad, or that they don't have growth to go through. Just because they're still a sort of a crucible, they're still a test of who they are, and a test of their character. Because that's what is sort of the important part of the hero, is not just about where you come from, it's about where you go and what you go through to get there.
Couldn't have said it better. Absolutely. I thought the same thing as I was watching it. I was just like, man, like this is just it's still the hero's journey. He's still like, he's when Leia tells him, we're not coming for you, you're going to have to just get out and meet up with us later. And he says, no, I'm going to stay and fight. Like, that's really like his I'm going to leave. Like, that's his final step outside of the village.
Yeah.
That's his journey into, like, okay, this is it, man. I am all in on this thing. Up until then, it's always kind of like goofy and awkward. But then once he makes that choice, like, the stakes get really real.
Yeah.
Right? And then he has that moment where, like, his home planet and his everything he knows is destroyed in front of his face. He's got the troopers saluting with their arms up, and like it's a very dark, like, oh god, like just a crucible. Like this is a defining moment for this character that like we got with Leia with Alderaan, and we got with Luke when Ben dies. Like you have that moment of such great loss. Personal loss that it defines that character, and I can't wait for the next episode. It looks so good.
I'm so excited for it.
I'm excited to see what the pirates are going to do.
Right,
like just them intercepting that transmission.
Yeah,
and they've got beef with the First Order. I bet they're going to be a big part of.
They have to be.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot of other places help can come from at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. I'm so excited because we also know the Aces are about to get arrested. We don't know how many of them have already been arrested, but Captain Doza's been arrested. So the stakes are high right now, and we found out the Colossus has a hyperdrive.
For some reason.
Yeah, that it's a ship, So there's all sorts of, there's a lot of fun details coming together right now, but I think that's cool because now we know the Colossus, once they get it out of the water, this thing can travel throughout the galaxy.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of potential for storytelling that takes us off this planet and out into the rest of the galaxy. So I'm excited for this. I'm already excited for, we haven't even finished the season. I'm excited for season 2 right now.
I know.
But here's the thing, realizing that this thing is a ship now also hopefully means that, because, we were concerned about, hey, where's this Ezra and Ahsoka and Sabine Thrawn thing? Now that this thing can get off the planet,
world.
Yeah,
who knows where it can go?
We can go all over the place, baby. We're already near the unknown regions.
I didn't even think about that. Oh, damn you!
I know, right? Because I was thinking Resistance. I don't know if it's ever going to get to that point where we can do that. Maybe that's another show,
right?
At that point, which maybe it still is. There's still who knows whenever we'll see Sabine and Ahsoka and Thrawn and Ezra. Yeah, it's
3 or 4.
I think it's going to be a while. Yeah. I think it's going to be a while.
You can't go there too quick.
Yeah. I mean, we got the Ahsoka reveal at the end of season 1 of Rebels, because that's when they revealed she was Fulcrum.
Yeah.
And we got some time with her in season 2.
But it didn't really go too far.
It went pretty far because at the end of season 2 is when we thought she was killed.
Oh, is that one? I thought that was season 3 for some reason.
No, that's season 2 because season 2 is the Vader season. It's bookended by Vader, and that's when we first see that Jedi temple on Lothal.
Yes,
and there's even a little bit of communication with Yoda in that temple. But that at the end of we get Darth Maul returns at Twilight in that season finale.
It's a big season.
Yeah,
I mean maybe they will jump right.
Season 3 was the one when they were on the base where the Bendu is. That's the one that's a Thrawn season. That was Thrawn, but that was Thrawn just kind of playing with them.
Yeah,
whereas
learning about them.
Yeah, and then he pretty much destroys them at the end of season 3. But it's a hollow victory for him because he doesn't catch all of them.
Right.
They just kind of barely escape. Yeah. And then of course season 4.
The Resistance.
Yeah. So, so who knows what this means for this series? But it was. I thought it was an exciting reveal. The Colossus is a cool environment.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I was so thankful that they had again the little sweep up guy,
right?
And he keeps showing up. I love that. He's becoming my favorite character. On this show.
I want more of him.
I look for him every episode.
Of course, he's awesome.
He really is.
Another detail I really liked. I know it's such an old and overused joke, but I love the dude in the bar when he sees Kaz go by in the water.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I think I've had too much to drink. And then he sees him go by again, and he's about to get a second drink. He's like, you know what? I've had enough.
I'm good.
That's a joke that almost always works for me.
It's hard not to screw that joke up.
So this was a great episode. I also want to mention the look of the underwater sort of environment with the lighting and the sort of the sound design of that and all was absolutely incredible. Absolutely cool looking animation, cool looking environment.
Those hammerhead sharks with the lights on their side.
So cool.
Looked amazing.
The scuba troopers.
Yeah.
This episode was
had some really cool stuff.
Yeah, it hit a lot of the right places. Totally had Niku was totally channeling 3PO in A New Hope. When they're trying to shut down the trash compactor.
Yeah. There was a lot of little nods.
Yeah.
There was a lot of little nods throughout these 2 episodes of Star Wars references. It was good.
Yeah. I mean, now we got to rescue a bunch of people from detention cells.
Right.
And fight,
I was shocked that they didn't do like the overused thing of like, well, they knocked out that trooper. Let's put on the uniform.
Yeah,
I was
surprised
shocked they didn't go for that. They just dumped him in a hole.
Oh, I loved it. I also love when they're dragging it, and then the stupid dog jumps on it, and I was like, get rid of that dog now. Like,
I hope you're not helping.
Yeah. I don't even remember the dog's name, but I was happy when they told him to go away. Such a weird looking dog too.
His little skinny legs and
feet.
Feet.
Like chicken legs.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he could actually live.
Yeah. Yeah. He looks like a terrible hybrid made experiment.
Yeah, it's like something that a mad scientist made was like, oh.
Well, time to export these to the unknown regions.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for us today. Any other thoughts for any of these episodes? Any Galaxy's Edge? Anything?
We're gonna have to have a serious talk about going to this thing.
Yeah.
Because that sounds amazing.
We got it, because we actually got to plan it and everything.
Yeah, and I'm not going all the way to Florida just for 2 days. Like I'm going to stay for a little bit.
It would be nice. I think we deserve a longer vacation.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't remember the last time I took a long vacation, because I usually do like weekend trips.
Yeah.
And just like an extended weekend.
Yeah.
In fact, I think the last time I took an extended trip
was with me.
You're talking about Disney?
Yeah.
Well, yes, no, for sure that was the last time I went to Disney. But the last time I took like a longer than week vacation was when I left my last job. No, India was well before
that. Yeah.
Yeah, because India was when I just met you, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to plan it out. We got. Who wants to come with us? Do a certain point of view trip.
Who wants to fund our trip?
It's Patreon.
Yeah.
So
that's our subtle way of telling us if you enjoyed this content, and if you like us enough, guys, and you want more content from us, because trust me, we've got ideas for more content. If you listened to last week's episode, you've already heard one of those pitches.
Yeah. Yep.
But trust me, we got a lot of stuff we want to do. We've been talking about more game streaming that we want to do.
Setting up a studio.
Yeah.
I've been kicking around the idea of making our studios more of a gaming house.
Yeah, well, I was thinking like making it like video capable and making it stylized for that, making it function.
Yeah.
In both ways. Yeah. No, trust me, I'm already on that.
No, I know you
train
are.
with you.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be nice.
Yeah. So Patreon.
Yep. That's the way to make all these dreams come true for us. Forget the kids in World Vision. Help us
for a price of a cup of coffee a day. You can get us a cup of coffee a day.
No, but seriously, if you really do enjoy this content and you want to be a part of it, Patreon is the place to go. You can check out the links for that on our website, certainpov.com.
It does actually mean the world to us. We're joking a lot right now, but it really does mean a lot to us. And to our existing patrons, thank you so much. Thank you.
Guys like Brian, one of our favorite patrons.
Sean, shout out. Yeah, thank you guys so much for every Hans. Thank you. Things have just been great, and we're really excited about what we're doing and what we are going to continue to bring you guys. It's just going to be so much fun the next year or two.
Yeah. And again, certainpov.com. Until next time, stay scruffy, my Nerf herder.